everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. So, you can tell I'm in my car, which usually means it's time for a media hunting vlog, but I thought it would be fun to try something a little bit differently. Potentially the start of a new series on the channel. Maybe it's once a month, maybe it's a couple times a month. Just depends on if you guys are interested in it or not. So some of my favorite blue tubers, what they'll do is every Tuesday they go out and do media hunting vlogs, and they'll show off like the latest and greatest about what's come out, what's hit the store shelves. You know, they'll hit Best Buy, Target, Walmart, and they'll talk about all the brand new releases. So if you want that, then I definitely recommend checking out Ken from Mid-Level Media or Sue from Movies and Sue. Both of them do excellent jobs every single Tuesday, and I love watching their videos. But today, instead of something like that where we focus on some of like the biggest and the best, instead I thought it would be cool to maybe focus in on some of those independent, low-budget films that we always see when we're shopping through the Walmart. Those infamous $10 DVDs at Walmart, which eventually usually go on to hit the Dollar Tree shelves, either, 6 to 12 months down the line, whatever the case is. And so I thought this would be interesting to take you guys along for the ride. We'll head over to Walmart, see what kind of $10 DVDs they have, pick one that looks interesting, and then bring it back home and let's review it together and see if it's any good or not. So that's the idea for this video series. I have no idea if it'll be a series or not. That's the idea for this video. If you guys do like this though, let me know down below and I can definitely do this again in the future. So I think, if nothing else, even if we are spending 10 times, or not we, even if I'm spending 10 times the amount on a Dollar Tree movie than I probably should, at least this gives us some, good idea of what's out there. Are these potential hidden gems, if you will? Some of these movies might actually be really good. They just look like they're really bad. And so, if not, then at least we're focusing on some independent filmmaking. That's kind of worst case scenario. So $10 every week, $10 every couple weeks is not that big of a deal to potentially have, some really cool movies to talk about. So that's what we're going to try today. So we're going to head over to Walmart. And like I said, I'll take you guys along with me and we'll see what we can find. We'll pick something. We'll come back home and review it. So if you guys are interested in this series, if you're excited about this idea, please let me know by giving me a like down below or leaving a comment. That really does help me out, and that support will let me know that I should continue to do this in the future. So thank you guys so much for all that support down there. I really do appreciate it. But with that said, let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right into whatever this video is actually going to contain. Who knows where things will take us.
All right, so here we are. See, these are the new ones. It's not really what we're here for, though. Matrix out today. $30 for the 4K. This one's $13, so a little bit more than I'm looking for. I'm looking for the $10 DVDs. Okay, so Easter Bunny Massacre is exactly the type of movie I'm looking for. This year there won't be a Good Friday. I think this looks awesome. So this is a potential option here. It's 13. Jack and Jill, the bodies come tumbling after. So this is ITN. What was this? This one's ITN as well, yes. So I feel like that's pretty standard to see ITN titles here, which again, you'll see at the Dollar Tree in about a year. There's a couple more. Bloody Mary. ITN. Let's look at this one. I've seen this one here in the past. Jack in the Box. Let me guess. That one's the 4 digital media. Reminiscent of Hellraiser 4. Like, this is a really strong option as well. Let's keep looking over here though. So here's a bunch of Amityville. Spider in the Attic. This one actually looks pretty decent as well. That looks great. But yeah, we have Amityville Scarecrow. I think I put these on Instagram the other day. So many Amityville movies. Zombie Amityville movie. This one's only $5. Not Asylum though. The Djinn. This one actually is from IFC, certified fresh. It's only 10 bucks. It's a good option. See, this one looks really interesting. Slasher film, Last of the Grads. Senior bash will be a killer party. That looks like a lot of fun. This one's actually from Mill Creek, so that's interesting. Here we go, a Shudder original. Keep coming back to this one. Alright, so I'm really debating between these two. I'm not sure. They both look just fantastic in their own way. Both from ITN. Both very similar in what they're going for. But I feel like I have to go with Easter Bunny Massacre. It just feels like one of those movies you could watch year in and year out if it's any good. So Spider in the Attic we'll have to come back for, but I think we're going to try Easter Bunny Massacre and see if this one's any good or not. So let's take it home and give it a watch.
Alright, so leave it to Walmart to be putting out their new release movies at like 4 o'clock on Tuesday, so it was a lot busier back there than I was anticipating, which I'm still super awkward about talking in stores, but I did the best I could. So anyway, I ended up going with Easter Bunny Massacre. I think it just looks like a lot of fun. That cover is fantastic. I guess like this group of people, or these group of kids are celebrating their last year of high school. They go to a party, someone dies, they end up just like hiding the body, and then a year later they're all invited to this Easter celebration, and then it's going to be a slasher film from there. So sounds fun. The cover's amazing. I'm hoping that's not the best thing about it, but we shall see. So actually right now what I'm going to do is go get my daughter, but then I'm going to head home, and tonight we're going to give this one a watch and see if Easter Bunny Massacre has an annual rotation for, I don't know, Easter horror movies, I guess. We'll see what happens, but that's the idea for now. All right. So the time is upon us. My daughter is in bed. Easter Bunny Massacre is ready to go. So I was actually just looking this up, and I thought this was kind of interesting. So this is directed by Jack Peter Mundy. What else did Jack Peter Mundy direct, you ask? Well, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this or not, but he directed The Legend of Jack and Jill, which was one of the movies I was debating between today, and Amityville Scarecrow. So he has 3 movies right now. Actually, Dinosaur Hotel also. I think that was another one I saw recently at Walmart in the $10 area. And so not only does he have Easter Bunny Massacre on the $10 shelves at Walmart, he has like 4 movies right now, which is just insane. So he is doing a lot of work. Let's see if it is any good or not. So I'm going to put this on. I guess if anything interesting or questionable pops up, I guess I'll just pause and talk about it, I guess, and then give my overall thoughts at the end here. So let's do it. Let's pop in Easter Bunny Massacre and see what this thing's all about.
Nothing quite like that new DVD smell. All right, let's pop it in.
All right, and that is that. The credits roll on Easter Bunny Massacre. So let's talk about it. All right, so that that was something. So Easter Bunny Massacre. Well, what to say about this one? So, okay, let's talk about what this movie's about. So basically, these group of friends, they've just graduated from high school. They're going to this like party somewhere in the middle of the woods, and something happens and one of them dies. Basically, like if you've seen Pretty Little Liars, it's like the Allison character that ends up dying. But somebody killed her, and they don't know who. When they wake up in the morning, everybody has blood all over their hands. And so instead of like one of them taking the rap, they decide we're just gonna toss the body in the water, put up this little like post to kind of commemorate her, and we're gonna move on with our lives. And so that's what they do. And then the next year, I guess, they all get these weird letters in the mail and they all show up at this house. So that's very like House on Haunted Hill type of thing. Clue almost. Almost very like, And Then They Were None, Agatha Christie-esque, because it is, you know what, let me pause this music here. I don't want to get a copyright strike. I'm not even sure if you could hear that music or not, but I wanted to pause that just in case. So anyway, so then the year later they get this letter in the mail that says, hey, we're going to meet up here and have an Easter celebration. Well, obviously when they get there, they're going to realize that none of them invited everyone here. And so it's a matter of, you know, who invited them? What's going on? Why are we here? And of course, that's when our killings are going to begin. So this was just like, it started off with a really cool premise, a really cool idea, what they were doing with this. Unfortunately, as it progresses, it kind of just unravels a little bit. And at the end of it, it's just like, man, was it worth the 85 minutes spent watching this? I don't know. So let's start talking about the acting a little bit on this one. Basically, like, the female actors were really actually pretty decent to pretty good, whereas the male actors were pretty meh to not that great at all. And so the acting was really hit or miss. There was one male character that I thought actually did a pretty good job, but other than that, it was just like, man, the men just are not the best actors, that's for sure. And then I don't know, the whole story, like at the end when the reveal happens, it's a bit nonsensical. It does, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but it's just like, so what? I don't know. It was just disappointing at the end. The special effects, like, this is supposed to be a slasher film, and like, the only special effects they had money for were like this chocolate gag that they did. Not a gag, it was part of a kill, which was just like so goofy. I understand what they were going for, but it was just silly. And then fake blood, and that was it. Like, some of the killings were done like off screen. You could definitely feel that this was a low budget horror movie. And when you feel it, that's not usually a good thing. So, I mean, like, the movie was competently made. The sound design was okay. Like, there were points where you could definitely tell they were switching between microphones, which is just something you deal with independent filmmaking. I understand that. I thought there were some decent shots, though some of them were like so ridiculous. Like, there was a really cool shot at the end, but it's like, why? Like, why? This wouldn't happen. It's like, it was impossible to justify it in my head. So even though it looked pretty cool, it's like, what am I watching here? I'm watching a cool shot. I'm not watching like a good scene, if that makes sense. There was one, like, if you know what, like, a Tascam, it's like the Zoom HN4, I want to say is what it was. The people were receiving these boxes, which was, I swear to God, it was the exact same box, like 4 times, I think, because it had the word fragile on the side. Looked identical. I swear to God, it was the exact same box, and it was supposed to be like 4 different boxes. And then on top of that, they all had like a voice recorder on the inside that you played a tape, or not a tape, but you played the voice recording, and they gave you another message. Well, I swear the person, the killer in this must have been filthy rich, because they had like 4 or 5 different, like, $250 professional voice recorders in there. It was absolutely insane. But yeah, the audio playback on it was like they were being played on like a cheap $10, you know, cheap, like with a little small tape audio recorder. It was so silly. I mean, does that matter? No, that's such a small thing. It's not a big deal. And where they were filming this was so weird as well. It almost looked like the rooms reminded me of being on a cruise ship, because they were really small and the way the doors were set up. It wasn't. It was in some kind of like bed and breakfast or something, but I don't know. It was just a strange filming location. And then at one point, like, the movie's going really slow. It takes a long time to get to like the quote unquote action of the film. And then when it does, like, a gunshot goes off. I won't give any spoilers, but a gunshot goes off, and you think from there this is going to pick up, but no, it doesn't really pick up. It just kind of keeps going on this slow ride. You have people that are talking, like long segments where they're just talking, supposedly trying to hide from the killer. Like, just, I don't know. It never really picked up the action like I would have expected it to. And again, with that low budget really playing a negative factor in this, the kills weren't even fun to watch. There was one that was like, yeah, that's pretty creative. That's interesting, but I don't know, just the execution of it didn't work all that well. So I don't know. This one, I just, where's the cover here? Like, the cover's cool. The killer, yeah, they have a pretty cool costume. I think it looks good. Why this costume kind of makes its first appearance in the movie is never explained, and it's kind of just weird. But then again, let me talk about the end without giving spoilers. The places they go with this is just like, what? Like, it was just completely off the wall, out of nowhere, just weird. I don't know. And it's one where, like, if you're good at guessing who the killer is, you'll probably be able to guess this one. So I figured with these, it would be fun to give them like one of 3 ratings. Either, you know, Walmart, which means buy the movie right now for $10 at Walmart, run out and grab it. Dollar Tree, because y'all know that inevitably in like a year's time, this is going to show up at the Dollar Trees. So, you know, is it worth $1.25 basically, or $1.25, whatever it is. And then the third rating would just be skip it. It's not worth anything. Don't waste your time. So as the movie was going on, I thought, yeah, this is a Dollar Tree pickup. This isn't bad. You can get much worse things at Dollar Tree. And frankly, that's still true. There are a lot of terrible, terrible movies that you can pick up from the Dollar Tree. And this is better than those. But at the same time, is it even worth it? I don't think it is. So unfortunately, for my first episode of this, or my first one of this series, I'm gonna have to give Easter Bunny Massacre from 2021 a rating of skip it. So this one, I don't think it was worth the time and effort. It definitely didn't live up to the cool cover that I was hoping that the cover would, you know, provide, or the film that the cover was promising. So unfortunately, I didn't love this one, but that's how it goes sometimes. I took the $10 gamble and it didn't pay off. But hey, if you guys like this video, then hopefully I'll do this some more. Maybe I'll do it like, I don't know, once a month, once every other week, because I was thinking about it, and a lot of these $10 movies don't really change at Walmart. And so it just would make sense to not go every single week. Maybe even every other week is a bit much. Maybe this is a once a month thing. I don't know. But again, if you're not interested in watching these, then I won't even bother. But hopefully you guys are. It was pretty fun. I like, you know, getting a brand new movie and watching it the same day. That's always cool. So, hey, it is what it is. It was worth it for that alone. Did I love it? No, but I still had fun, and that's really what matters. So, let me know down in the comments below. Have you guys seen this one? Did you pick it up this week when you saw it on the Walmart shelves? And if so, what did you think? Did you like it a little bit more than I did? Is this one that you might want to check out anyway, even though I say skip it? You know, feel free. You know, support independent filmmaking. If that's what you are into, then definitely support that as best you can. But let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of this, what you think of how I'm doing this. Very laid back. You see my normal filming location over here, just kind of chilled. So let me know if this style works for you. Let me know what you think of this series idea, and any other comments or suggestions you guys might have. Just leave them down in the comments below. I really do appreciate that. And if you guys did end up enjoying this video, please give it a like down below. That engagement really does help me out. So thanks so much for that support. And like I always say, I don't just talk movies, I talk all things media, be it books, movies, video games, graphic novels, manga. If it's media related, I'm interested in it. And if you are too, you might consider subscribing. All right, guys. So that is going to do it for today. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. And I want to encourage you to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.